I've been loosely following this commentary about Silver Squeeze 2.0. If you guys are in the precious metals space and you follow some of the alternative media that covers it, which is basically the only coverage it gets, especially silver, there's been some chatter lately about this Silver Squeeze 2.0. And I was thinking it was supposed to be tomorrow. I pulled up just a little while ago an article. I think I did a search, and it was supposed to be today, March 31st, 2025. Well, silver finished down 1 cent today by the close on Kitco. 1 cent. So basically finished at the flat line. So what happened? Does anybody have any information on this? Was it a total nothing burger? Was it a dud? Did anybody come out to try to overwhelm the physical and buy? Was there buying and there was just too much selling pressure on paper short contracts? Again, I don't know. I thought I'd put it out there to you guys that follow this space to let me know if there's any additional details that you're aware of that aren't being publicized. But as of right now, if I have my dates correct, looks like Silver Squeeze 2.0 fell extremely flat, no pun intended. Gold, on the other hand, was not flat today. Gold put on another $37 an ounce, closed at $3,123 by my information. Amazing gains on gold. You have to think that this relates to the upcoming news on tariffs on April the 2nd, this Liberation Day, as Trump has called it or referred to it as. But again, how much of this is already priced in or baked in the cake? I suppose it's just the uncertainty. Again, love to hear your thoughts and comments on this as to where everything is. It's uncertainty as to where everything is heading, and that's what's keeping the gold market buoyed. But why isn't silver getting any love? Right now, the silver to gold ratio is about 91.5 to 1, almost 92 ounces of silver to 1 troy ounce of gold. Amazing. When and if will, let me step back. When will silver catch up and narrow that gap? The story I want to share with you today, and by the way, the stock market did a miraculous, at least in terms of the Dow Jones, did a miraculous turnaround. Dow Jones was down this morning like 250, I think 300, came back and finished up 1%, finished up 400 and some odd points today. What was my exact number? 417. S&P was about flat, but NASDAQ was down, I think, 275, and it came back and finished just a little bit down today. So really, overall, the markets fought back and closed up what could have been a pretty ugly day again. Again, what news? I didn't see any news that was one way or the other that would have sent the cavalry in to buy up the markets an hour before the close. A 10-year fell 3 basis points, and closed at 4.211. So there still is money moving into the bond markets, probably a fear trade, similar to why you're seeing money move into the precious metals market, at least in terms of gold. So gold is returned year to date 19%. I believe that was end of last week's number, probably a little higher than that as of today because gold put on another $37 an ounce. Compared to the stock market, year to date, the S&P is down 4.59%. Dow Jones is down year to date 1.2%, and the NASDAQ year to date is down 10.12%. Again, I believe those were as of late Friday. Might be a little adjusted after today's figures. But as of right now, gold is returning a much greater, or is having a much greater return year to date than the stock market overall. Now look at things go in waves. Everything can change. But I want to share an article with you about the gold supplies the amount of physical gold currently sitting in Comex warehouses. This is out of Reuters today. Look, we got to pay attention to this. And I'll get on a quick sidetrack. There was a story I saw the weekend came out, I believe from Wall Street Journal, basically saying, look, everyone is becoming a gold bug now, right? As soon as an asset goes up, everybody wants to chase it. They have no interest in it when it's down. When it's unloved is when people should be buying any asset class, whether that's gold, silver, stocks, cryptocurrencies, whatever it is, right? They always want to buy when it's skyrocketing at all-time highs. So just real quickly, side note, before I get into the Reuters story, a Wall Street Journal says gold is attracting first-time buyers seeking a stable investment as Trump's policies rattle the stock market and escalate global political tensions. Investors have poured a net $11.4 billion into physical gold ETFs since the start of February, according to Morningstar. Some believe gold still has a ways to go. A Bank of America analyst this past week raised their price target to $3,500 an ounce, assuming that the administration's driven anxieties continue to drive everyday investors to the metal. But the story, which was, again, shared by Wall Street Journal, talked about this guy, Andrew Garrior, who recently took all of his money out of cryptocurrencies and liquidated and bought 16.5 ounces worth of gold bars. And again, the story was, you guys can check it out for yourself, the story was that he liquidated all this crypto and went all into gold. So he went all into gold at all-time highs. Let's see how that works out. Am I a believer in gold? Yeah, you saw the thumbnail. Those are my coins. I do believe in physical gold. Having some physical gold in your possession, or at least that you can get to, as well as physical silver, okay? It is, if nothing else, it's a forced savings plan. It's highly liquid. No, you can't eat physical metals, but it's highly liquid and convertible to cash or other assets. Again, not financial advice. I don't have an affiliate link to any gold sellers or anything like that. I just personally sharing with you what I do in part, not in all. And that goes back to that story from a Wall Street Journal where this guy sold all of one asset and put it all into another. Again, it makes some sense from my perspective to spread your investments out into different categories. Don't have all your eggs in one basket, so to speak, okay? Because markets run in, there are cycles. If you guys are into cryptocurrency, a lot are saying that cryptocurrencies are going to hit this big up cycle. It's been a tough few months for cryptos. But, what do you want to buy? Do you want to buy something when it's on the way down that has value, or do you want to buy something at all-time highs? That's rhetorical in nature. But anyway, everyone's a gold bug, right? It's the same as when the stock markets are going up at all-time highs. Everyone's got a stock tip, right? And right now, the cryptos are kind of, getting lack of love because they're trading sideways and down, okay? But 2 months ago in December, a few months ago, that's all everybody talked about was the cryptocurrency. So just be smart with it. Story out of Reuters says gold stocks in Comex warehouses are on track to hit new records over the coming days due to the risk of import tariffs curtailing shipments to the United States from other countries, analysts and traders say. The latest data from the Comex, part of the CME group, shows gold stored in its warehouses in the United States at all-time high of 43.3 million troy ounces, worth $135 billion at current prices, compared with, listen to this, 17.1 million in November. When Trump was elected U.S. president. So it has more than doubled in terms of the gold, in terms of the number of troy ounces stored in the Comex warehouses. It says spot gold prices surged past $3,100 an ounce to a fresh record high on Monday. Bullion is up again, like I said earlier, 19% so far this year, went up 27% in 2024. Says flows may have slowed recently, but sources say gold is still being flown to the United States as Trump has promised to unveil a massive tariff plan on Wednesday, which he has dubbed Liberation Day. says there is still material going to the U.S. almost daily, says a source from a Swiss refinery. Switzerland is the world's biggest bullion refining and transit hub. Between December and March, 25.4 million ounces of gold worth $79 billion were delivered to Comex as the risk of U.S. import tariffs widened the premium between Comex futures and London spot prices. It says Comex gold stocks are now equal to the gold supplies, or the physical gold stocks, not to confuse stocks with shares of stock, are now equal to 5 years of U.S. total gold consumption. And that's estimated by BNP Paribas at 8.8 million ounces a year. I would be surprised if anyone started exporting gold out of the U.S. anytime soon, according to Adrian Ash, head of research at London-based Bullion Vault. If gold is excluded, it says, from U.S. import tariffs, the market could see a reversal, perhaps muted, of the trend. Again, Trump can come out and say something one way or the other, and all this stuff can start reversing a bit. Gold is at an all-time high, okay? I'm not saying it's going to sell off. I'm also not saying it's going to go to $3,500 or $4,000 or 5 or 10. You would think over the medium and long term, it has to, because of the sheer amount of debt that we have in this country, okay? But again, that's a personal position I have and perspective I have from the research I do, and been following this market since 2012. So again, for those like this guy that I shared with you a few minutes ago from the Wall Street Journal article that are putting everything into gold at over $3,000 an ounce, that could easily see a correction. I'll leave it there today. Again, like I said earlier, I didn't see a whole lot of earth-shattering economic news that came out today. Everybody's waiting with bated breath, so to speak, for this Liberation Day coming up on Wednesday. Let's see how the markets react. I don't know what the market spiked on today. Maybe it was just the overall oversold conditions. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel. If you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate you hitting that subscribe button and the like button. We can keep growing the community. I will be in touch throughout the week as things unfold. Talk to you soon. Bye.